evening. First off, I want to say thank you for the likes and the comments on the shorts videos that I did. Honestly, that is really cool. I am surprised at how popular, especially the chai latte one was. Really, if you have the chance, I really recommend a blend jet, especially because of how many different colors you can get them in. And I had my doubts, but they're one of the best things I have invested in because you can do lattes in them, you can do smoothies. I like to use mine for smoothies and lattes, and the mixes that I have been using from Blend Jet themselves is really good so far. The only one that I think could have had a stronger flavor is vanilla, but you know, that's just me, and I think you know, they're really good. And I would rather drink a smoothie or a latte some days than soda. I'm not that big of a soda drinker, so kudos to Blend Jet for liking that short I did as well. And just to get rid of the elephant in the room, I will be getting another tripod eventually. I had one, and then I went through this thought of, you know, I'm not going to really YouTube anymore. It's not that professional, so bye-bye tripod. And now I really regret getting rid of it because I'm going to be going back and forth between hands, and the lighting in my room is not that great, but you know, we'll just deal with it and we'll keep going. But again, thank you for the likes on the Blend Jet chai latte short. I am excited to, as I said in the first video, I'm excited to be doing this again and be able to just put myself out there, but also, you know, keep it clean. So for today's video, well, tonight's video, it is after 11 p.m. and I don't really have a shooting schedule. I don't think I'll have a shooting schedule, but for tonight's video, I want to reference back to a post that one of my other favorite YouTubers here, Disney Food Blog, had done, and I will be posting a link to their account as well. Really, if you're a Disney fan and you go to the parks a lot, I highly recommend Disney Food Blog if you aren't subscribed to them already. They are a big help, and I've actually gotten some of my best advice from their tips, because really they know their stuff. They're a good one, and I highly recommend them. So on Disney Food Blog's Instagram account, they did the game of Would You Rather. Now, anytime you do a Would You Rather game involving Disney, you know the answers are going to be a whole grab bag of different things. But I want to reference the one that they did, and yes, it is an older post, but they tweeted about it today. So I am going to be sharing that, and again, ignore the camera work and bad lighting. I will be getting a new tripod soon, and I don't know, maybe I'll definitely be getting a new tripod soon. And you know, not to worry about this little imperfection on my cheek, but I think I got bitten by a bug the other night when taking the dog out, and you know, it's just been refusing to heal up, so now it's just an annoying little skin irritation that is super annoying, even though I've tried to cover it up, but oh well. So Disney Food Blog put out a Would You Rather question, and the first one that they reference is, would you rather only eat food, or would you only ride the rides in Disney World? Me, it would depend on the park. It would depend on the park, and what mood I'm in when I visit the park. Now, my typical Disney adventures in the parks are, I like to get an early start in the morning and then go through the morning, take a break in the afternoon just to relax and recharge, because no matter what time you go, the heat in Florida can mess with you if you're not used to it, and then go back at night all refreshed. Now, Magic Kingdom would be a both for me. I would have food, and I would also do rides. I definitely want to do a video of my favorite, the restaurants I've eaten at in Disney, but for this video, I'm just going to briefly mention Columbia Harbor House for lunch. If you haven't done that one, I highly recommend it. So for this video, Magic Kingdom would be food and ride. Epcot would be food. Hollywood Studios would be, actually, I don't know about Hollywood Studios. I don't know if that would be both or it would be just one or the other. That one I'm gonna have to come up with a second answer to. Animal Kingdom would be rides, only rides. So that one I would be both. For that question, it would be both, but it would depend on the park and what kind of mood I am in. In that reference, they said only 71% said they would stick with just the rides. And let's see, question number 2 that they put up. Let's see. Would you rather only ride Rise of the Resistance or Flight of Passage? Okay. Disclaimer for this one. I am a big Star Wars fan, and I am also a fan of Avatar. For me, this one would be Flight of Passage, hands down. Now, yeah, I would take riding only Flight of Passage at the drop of a hat. That one I would do 100%. I have ridden Flight of Passage twice by now. When I was in Disney, when I turned 30, that was before Pandora was built. And then my trip afterwards, then the next one, and then, okay, scratch that. I have ridden Flight of Passage. Okay, my brain just blanked out on how many times I've ridden it, but each time I have ridden it, it's just been this awe-inspiring experience for me. And I live my life with sensory issues, and just everything in Disney is always amped so much because of how I experience the world. And Flight of Passage just marries everything beautifully, and it's a highly emotional experience for me whenever I've done Flight of Passage. And that one's a no-brainer. I always have to ride that one no matter what. And I've decided the next time I go to Disney, I'm doing Animal Kingdom day 1, Flight of Passage ride number 1. No brainer. Now, Rise of the Resistance I did last year, and I was lucky enough to be able to get a boarding pass right at 7 a.m. We were talking before the rules changed again for like Lightning Lane and Genie Plus, all that. Don't get me started on that. But I was lucky enough to get a boarding pass at 7 a.m. and it was, and again, I am a big Star Wars fan. I thought Rise of the Resistance was really cool, and definitely the technology that the Imagineers have by now, especially for Rise, is really, really cool. But as far as my choice between Rise and Flight, Flight takes the cake for that one, no matter what. Now, what else did they ask? Be Our Guest or Cinderella's Royal Table. I have dined at Be Our Guest for lunch, and I thought it was pretty cool. I would take it over Cinderella's Royal Table any day. I am not that big of a Disney princess fan. I mean, I like the princesses. I think they're cool. My favorite Disney princesses are Merida and Ariel. Ariel was the first Disney movie I was ever exposed to. Little Mermaid was my very first movie. And so that one, of course, means a lot to me. I do also like Belle because she loves books, and I'm a big book nerd too. And Merida, I like her wild, crazy red hair, and I like that she's into archery. So she's a favorite of mine. But as for the whole dining experience inside of Cinderella's castle, it's not something that I would be up for doing, but I can see if you have a family of like little kids, and especially young girls who may, want to, dine inside Cinderella's castle, get dressed up and be able to meet Cinderella, if that's your thing, then, cool. But I actually enjoyed Be Our Guest a lot more. I went during their lunchtime, which I had heard was the best time to go, and the food was really good, and they were right. I haven't gone during dinner though. Maybe my next trip I'll give that a try, but I'm definitely a more Be Our Guest fan over Cinderella's Royal Table. What else do they have? Dole Whip or a Mickey bar? Now, I'm only basing this off the fact that Mickey bars are now sold in some grocery store frozen food sections. I'm gonna go with Dole Whip. Dole Whip is a favorite of mine, even though I am not a big pineapple fan. I think it's the vanilla that goes with it that really makes it merge really well with pineapple. Now, my last trip, I had a lime Dole Whip float, the Peter Pan float. Oh my goodness. It was so super refreshing, especially because the day we were at Magic Kingdom, it was really hot but not too crazy. It was a good cool down refresher, and especially the lime. Now, I'm not a big lime person either, but it was just the flavorings that made it really good, and I highly recommend the lime Dole Whip float. Now, I'm reading this off my computer as well, so there's that. Sweet versus savory snacks. It depends on what mood I'm in and like what's being offered. Like for me, the ideal like sweet snack or like savory. I'm not sure what pretzel bread would be considered, but I tell you what, if you're like hungry but you're not like super like hangry, I guess, during a part of the afternoon, I highly recommend a Disney pretzel, like a gigantic Disney sized pretzel, because one of the best things about pretzel bread is that it fills you up really quick, and it'll like keep you sustained for a good part of the afternoon, especially if you're like not really wanting a huge lunch but you're hungry and you want something that'll fill the void. You gotta get yourself a pretzel. What else do they have? Let me see. Now, would you rather never go to Magic Kingdom again, or only to Magic Kingdom? This one I'm kind of torn about because I like Magic Kingdom mainly just more about nostalgia and it being classic. For me, it's just so classic, and I do actually like Space Mountain. I rode Space Mountain the first time last year, and I was very surprised by how much I liked it. I thought it was really cool. So I'll definitely be doing Space Mountain again. But it's just mainly a feel of nostalgia and, classic. Like, you can't have Disney without Magic Kingdom. No question about it. What else? What else did they have? They have some of the numbers here as well. 52% said they would not go to Epcot, Animal Kingdom, and Hollywood Studios. Would you never go to Magic Kingdom again, or never go to Hollywood Studios? Now, Hollywood Studios is tricky for me. I remember when Hollywood Studios was Disney MGM Studios. That's how far I go back with my love of Disney. And I remember the water tower having the ears on it. Anyone else remember that? I do. The first time I was at Disney was 1994, so this is how far back we're going. I remember that, and I remember us doing the backlot tour that included Catastrophe Canyon, like when that famous segment when the water comes down and the truck is on fire and it's a one big splash zone, pretty much. I remember that. I remember going on Great Movie Ride, may that rest in peace. And I remember when the only Star Wars references they had was Star Tours. The original Star Tours, when you had Rex flying the Star Speeder before he became the DJ over at Oga's. So I remember that. Hollywood Studios is, for me, more about just classic, and the art of movie making, even though I don't know, it just feels like it's moving more and more away from the original intention. I don't know, but it's just a classic feeling for there. So that one, I don't know. Now this is surprising for me. People choosing Galaxy's Edge over Pandora. Come on. Pandora, hands down. For me, as much as I love Galaxy's Edge, same like choosing Rise of Resistance over Flight of Passage. Come on. For me, Pandora, I would take over Galaxy's Edge any day. Any day, hands down. I mean, Pandora is so zen. Like, not just Pandora, but I find all of Animal Kingdom is the least chaotic feeling of all the Disney parks. Maybe Epcot as well, as far as like the least amount of like crowd craziness and the noise and the hustle and bustle. For that one, it's Pandora, hands down. I would pick over Galaxy's Edge any day. What else? Anything else here that I would do? Do you prefer going during Christmas or Halloween? I've done neither. I've gone to Disney during like March, like spring break-ish, and I've gone like early summer, and the latest I've gone was last year towards the end of September, which actually was not too bad. The only thing that had me concerned about going during late September was because you're slap dab in the middle of hurricane season. Now, I know Disney is one of the safest places to be during hurricane season, but still, who wants to be at Disney during hurricanes? I don't think so. But who knows? But I would never do one of the holiday parties, only if I was going with a group of friends or it was a family thing. Otherwise, the holiday parties are really not my thing, but I can see why families enjoy them so much because there's so many different activities to do. But for me, it's not really my thing, so that would be neither. Now, would you rather stay in a Cinderella suite for a night or get into Disney free for a whole year? Most popular answer was free Disney for a year, and I am totally on board for that. I am totally on board for that big time because, you know, I am an annual pass holder, but my trips depend on my personal budget. I mean, I would love to just be able to splurge and go as many times as I want to, but realistically, I go by what my budget is and, you know, what finances look like at the time, you know, what what travel is like at the time. So although I would love to be completely spontaneous and, you know, go as many times as I like, I just, you know, I try to be responsible and just wait until I'm 100% sure that I can afford going to my happy place for a good amount of time without completely emptying my wallet. So what else? I'm trying to see if they included anything else here. I'm just reading down through this right now. Let me just pull up. I'm probably going to be ending this video in a few minutes, but I'm trying to see if there's anything else I want to do. Let me see. Let me just... if the lighting keeps changing, it's because I'm like multitasking here. Just pulling up the Instagram, seeing what's new. Just gonna lower the volume on some of these because I think I have like autoplay on some of these when I do not want to autoplay. But yeah, I'll definitely be wrapping up this video in a few minutes. But really, guys, you gotta follow Disney Food Blog because of the really fun stuff that they post. Let me see. Now, I'm definitely going to be going back to Disney again, of course. I'm thinking maybe 2024, maybe 2024. I don't know. Like, I know 2023 reservations are open, but it's not looking like next year is going to be an option. I do want to hit Disneyland eventually. I do want to hit Disneyland. That's on my bucket list. My only concern would be the time zone difference. I'm an East Coaster, so going to West Coast, I don't know how that would be, but I definitely, that's on my bucket list to get out there and be able to just be able to see the OG Disneyland. And you know, I would like to do that. And of course, I would like to see Avengers Campus because I am an MCU fan, I'm a Marvel fan, I'm an Avengers fan, and I would like to see, I would like to see the Doctor Strange performance at the Sanctum, because I love Doctor Strange, he's my favorite, and I think that would be really, really interesting. So that's gonna be it for this video. I'm gonna wrap this up. I am gonna be posting the link to the original questionnaire and the links to Disney Food Blog. Really guys, if you love Disney, you gotta follow them. They're really good, a really good blog with how to do Disney right, and really, so till next time.